going to step into your line, and you are going to make sure that his bag clears the machine.
Listen, I work for the Department of Homeland Security.
That's like the janitor at NASA calling himself an astronaut. Let's cancel the text, or we execute your girlfriend.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Screenstars. I'm here today to bring you my review for the 2024 festive action thriller, Carry On. The film is directed by Jean Collet-Serra and it stars Taron Egerton, Jason Bateman, Sophia Carlson, Daniel Deadwyler and Theo Rossi. Now the film focuses on Taron Egerton's character, Ethan. He works at the airport. He works kind of on security, checking bags, metal detecting, all that kind of stuff. He wants to be a police officer. He failed previously applying to be a police officer. He's got a girlfriend called Nora who works at the airport with him. And this one day on Christmas Eve, he is instructed to put an earpiece in while he's checking baggage. And there is a sinister voice on the other end, Jason Bateman's character, instructing him that there'll be somebody coming through soon with a bag that isn't to be messed with at all. If he does mess or blow the whistle on this baggage, then his girlfriend will be assassinated. So he's forced to play ball. However, he has to try and use his skills and wits in order to try and outthink and outmaneuver Jason Bateman's character while keeping himself alive, his girlfriend alive, and more importantly, everybody at this airport and the flight alive. Right, what are my thoughts on Carry On? Well, I didn't know an awful lot about this film. I saw the trailer for it a few weeks ago coming on Netflix, and the trailer looked very interesting. This is obviously being compared to Die Hard, everything that's kind of being promoted about this is sort of saying it's a Die Hard clone, and it is, very simply. It's almost a soft remake of Die Hard 2, the one at the airport. Very, very similar concept, but they have managed to make this feel fresh, energetic, and very, very watchable. I had a great, great time with this one. I think it's got a very interesting concept going here. I think the casting is smart. We've got Taron Egerton here, who plays a vulnerable but likable action lead here, a character you can absolutely get behind, a character that you can relate to, smart casting and a good performance by Taron Egerton, who I think is underrated. I think he just requires that one role that'll kind of catapult him, I think, to real stardom, and I don't think this film will harm his chances at all. I don't think this will be the one, but I don't think it'll harm his chances at all. He's very, very good in this film. As is Jason Bateman, who's always great, always reliable, usually used as comedy, but he has leaned more heavily into dramatic roles in recent years. And this is an excellent turn by him as this sinister, it doesn't even have a name in this film. I think he's simply named as Traveller. Very, very good. Initially, you just kind of hear him over the earpiece, and then you kind of see more of him as the film goes on. And the film does devolve into a little bit of predictable chaos at some point in the film. I think probably for me, my favourite part of this film was the first half, when it was like a cat and mouse game between Egerton and Bateman, where he's just talking to him through the earpiece, he's giving him instructions. Taron Egerton's character is trying to outthink him and send texts and do all sorts of things, and he's being kind of found out at each turn, and it's almost like, God, what's he going to do here? What's he going to do next? Sort of thing. And then the second half devolves more into action. And while I think that's absolutely done well, and it's very, very gripping, and there are some very, very gripping moments in the second half of the film, I kind of preferred the first half of the film. But that's just me. I like that character-driven stuff. The chess game between the two characters. But it's a film that complements itself in a sense of the second half complements the first half and vice versa. So they blend very, very well together, and it is done very, very well too. I think the performances here are all very, very good. most of this film is really Edgerton against Jason Bateman, but everybody else plays their part. I think Sophia Carson as Nora plays, who plays Edgerton's girlfriend in this. Does very, very well too. There's a couple of other performances that do well as well. We've got Dean Norris from Breaking Bad here, who plays his superior officer, Edgerton's superior officer. I think the one character is really underused here is Logan Marshall Green's character, who plays like a character called Agent Scott or something like that. And I just think this actor, I've seen him in a few things. He's done Upgrade and he's been in Prometheus, that kind of stuff. I think he's better than the bit parts that he's getting in these type of movies, but it's a minor gripe, I suppose, really, in regards to him not getting a great deal to do. I think the pacing here is absolutely on point as well. I mean, somebody might watch... If you don't enjoy the first half as much as the second half, you might think there's an issue with the pacing in the first half. I personally think it's pitched perfectly, because I like that cat and mouse game between the two characters, talking to each other over the earpiece, and him trying to outthink Jason Bateman's character and then realising that they've got every angle covered pretty much. It's very, very well done in my opinion, but if you're one of these that go into an action film expecting it to be all guns are blazing and explosions within the first 5-10 minutes, you're going to be disappointed. It's very much the first half of the film, a lot of setup, a lot of character development, and it's really where the thriller of this film is at the forefront. And I think it kind of carries the film and balances it out beautifully. But like I say, if you're not a patient film goer, you might not like it in regards to the pacing for the first half of the film. So this was a real festive surprise. There is no doubt that, everyone always argues, Die Hard's not a Christmas film, or Die Hard is a Christmas film. Well, you could argue they are both Christmas films, Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2. This is absolutely a Christmas action thriller. There is no doubt about it at all. So it's one of those really that definitely, if you've got Netflix, it's one you definitely should be watching and checking out, because there's some great moments in it. It'll keep you on the edge of your seat when it's supposed to. The performances are all great. The action, when you get it, I think is pretty good and on point. It gives you characters that you can really root for here. It nails pretty much everything it tries. Like I say, it's a strong entry for like a action thriller sort of thing of the year. If I was to do a list of top 10 action films of the year, this would probably easily make the list, I think. Really enjoyed it. I enjoyed how it kind of took you on a journey throughout the film, and a bit of a white knuckle ride as well. So yeah, definitely check this one out, guys. I think you'll enjoy it. It was a strong end of the year film for me, and that's not always the case. Sometimes you get to this time of year and people are just kind of shitting out their movies that they didn't want to release earlier in the year, that type of thing. But no, this is a really good one, and I'm definitely recommending this, you guys, for you to check out. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. I will of course be back with plenty more reviews and content on the channel very, very soon.